How's it going, everybody? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another virtual description. Today we are going to talk about my 1970 Ford Mustang Sportsroof. This is a vehicle I bought from a gentleman out of Arkansas. The story goes, he put it up for sale. We obviously worked a deal with him. We bought it directly from the seller. He was not the one that put the car together, but he had it for a while and he was selling it due to the fact that he wanted to switch out what he had. He wanted to get a Jeep Scrambler, so he put this one up for sale, and again, we bought it directly from him. So we do not have a ton of backstory on the car because, again, he didn't put it together, but it still is a really clean Mustang front to back, and we'll dive into that here during this video. The driveline and mechanical stuff, or the mechanical options that this Mustang particularly has, it has the numbers matching 351 Windsor, which is a unusual motor due to the fact that most of the H codes were going to be a 351 Cleveland, but this one does have a numbers matching Windsor motor, and it is on the Marty report that it is a factory Windsor car. It is optioned with the FMX 3-speed automatic transmission. Shifts great, no issues with the motor or the transmission, both perform great. They're more of a stock style setup than anything. You do have manual steering and manual front disc brakes. Some aftermarket options. It does have an aluminum radiator. You do have your Ford 9-inch rear, and it does have some aftermarket traction bars on it. And then you do have aftermarket AC, which blows nice and cold. For your exhaust, you do have a aftermarket set of headers, H-pipe flow master mufflers, and then you have full tailpipes. Sounds really good going down the road. The mechanicals on the Mustang are in great shape. It's a fun car to drive. Take a look at my test drive video. It'll be about a 9-10 minute long video of me personally driving the personally driving the vehicle going down the road. So you'll get to see a lot more mechanical information about it in that video. On my does it work section, there's a couple smaller things that do not work. The voltage gauge, the speedo, the dash lights, and the dash clock are going to be the no items. All relatively easy stuff to fix, probably an afternoon's worth of work to get those things going. On your dash lights, I would suggest pulling the cluster out and replacing the bulbs to the LED bulbs, or even swapping the gauges out to a Dakota Digital style gauge, just kind of to each their own on that. But the dash lights are usually a pretty easy fix. Same thing with the speedo, probably needs a new speedo cable, and then the voltage gauge, I didn't diagnose it, but most likely a really, really easy fix on that gauge. Take a look at my Does It Work section. It's going to be posted on my website in multiple places. It is going to be in the additional infos tab on my website, pcclassiccars.com. Click on that. It'll show you more photos of the vehicle along with the Does It Work section and the Marty report that will also be in there. It will also be posted at the end of the photos, at one of the last photos. Scroll through all the regular images, and then the Does It Work section will have a screenshot of what works and what doesn't work at the end of the pictures. During my my normal inspection that we do on all of our vehicles, pretty much everything on the bottom, all the fluids, everything checked out good. Really, the only disclaimer that I had is it has a small little drip from the oil pan. Very, very minor, nothing that needs to be addressed. Kind of just your normal classic car little drip, just really, really minor. So again, everything else checked out good. Suspension, steering, all of those wear items check out good. Nothing is brand new or fully restored, but nothing also needs to be redone at this exact moment. On the exterior, this was originally, I believe, code K, gold metallic exterior, and now it has that really nice red. The paint quality is nice. It has a few smaller flaws, a couple tiny little imperfections down low, a couple small little bubbles that are starting, just minimal stuff. And then you have some little touch-ups, imperfections, just minor things. Nothing that's jumping out at me is major problems. The paint quality does look good. You do have the aftermarket shaker. You have the louvers. You have the rear wing. You have the hood pins. It's just got a really, really cool look to it. So just that aggressive look, kind of that Mach 1 style. And obviously the shaker is probably one of the best things about the car. So on the exterior, it does look good. Some smaller imperfections. Take a look at my additional infos tab. It'll have photos of all of the flaws all the way around the car, front and back. On the interior, you have a stock style black high back bucket seat interior. This is a car that does not have a console, but you still have your standard Mustang shifter. There's no issues with really the interior outside of just some minor wear items. The wood grain on the dash has a few smaller wear spots, but I'm really nitpicking at that point. The seats, the carpet, headliner, all that stuff really checks out good, and no major issues. Door panels also look very nice on the car and look like they've been redone at some point. Engine bay cleans up very well. Obviously, you have the aftermarket shaker and you have the aftermarket AC, so it doesn't have that stock appearing look in the engine bay. but it's still, everything is very clean. There's nothing out of place. The engine bay is very sanitary, and again, overall very, very clean. Underneath, it is a very solid car. It has had the driver's side front and rear floor pan replaced. Whoever did it, they used correct pans. They did a really nice job installing it. It shows very well on the bottom. I didn't find any current rust issues, and it is a good, nice, clean car on the bottom. The front frame rails that usually get crazy dented up from going up and down on a floor jack, this one's in good shape. Take a look at the photos that are posted on the website of the underneath. And if you need something else, don't hesitate to reach out and get you more photos of all that stuff. But it is a good, solid car on the bottom. Overall, this is a really cool Mustang fastback or sports roof, whatever you want to call it. Technically, they are sports roofs, but everyone calls them fastbacks. Having the aftermarket shaker, having the louvers, the rear wing, the hood pins, the aftermarket AC, it is just a really cool car as far as the cosmetics go. And then it's a solid car underneath. It runs and drives down the road nice. You have the added bonus of being a numbers matching car, which being just a Windsor car, a 351 car, is nothing crazy, but it is cool to still have the original motor and just a really cool fastback front to back. If I was going to personally keep it, I would go ahead and add the Dakota digital gauges, fix a couple of the small items that aren't working, but nothing needs to be addressed right now. It's really a turnkey car to hop in, go enjoy with your family, take it to your local cruise-ins, and just have a fun old school car to have. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my virtual descriptions. Make sure you check out the test drive video as well as the additional infos tab. Both of those are going to be posted on my website, pcclassiccars.com. The other video has more information that we didn't touch on in this video, and then the additional infos tab, like we talked about, has more photos of the imperfections. It also has the VIN number, the Marty report, and the other pertinent information that I like to take photos of for all of my vehicles. So check that stuff out. If anybody needs anything, don't hesitate to reach out. You can find all of our stuff at pcclassiccars.com, and we will see you on our next virtual description. Thanks again for watching, and y'all have a great rest of your day.